Cross-Examine, episode 89. I have a cat.
He does.
We're back.
We're totally starting out with Kaguya. It's over.
It's over. Yo, some woman got fucking sniped.
What's that? Dead. Fucking murdered.
Dude, Justus was talking about, he showed me, there was a random scene out of nowhere in Gundam. Someone's like, yo, this is a reference to it. And it's, verbatim how they're actually standing. I'm like, who the fuck gets it? I should just change her name to Kaguya. Yeah, right. Actually, my cat's more of a Fujiwara because it's fucking dumb. Sorry, I forgot to pull up my actual Google Drive notes on there. Yeah, Kaguya.
Very good.
Very good. Probably one of the best shows of the season. Listen, Spy Family's very good. If you were to ask me which one would you rather rewatch right now, I'd probably say Kaguya.
There is way more Kaguya than Spy Family out.
Yeah, which doesn't really, help from the Spy Family.
Yeah, I would say that this season has done better than previous seasons.
Kaguya?
It's done a great job of building season per season, but the depth at which we see Kaguya, the Fujiwara, she's taken a little bit of the back reins this season, but...
Well, the thing is, I feel like they built up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like season 1 was good. It's nice, interesting, something kind of new. It's like, oh, it's a rom-com. It's a rom-com, but I'm going to make him say, I love you first. No one ever said, I love you. It's like, hold the phone. Mm-hmm. Even at the very end, she's like, I'm going to make him say, it's like, okay, fuck this shit. We're holding hands and kissing now? Like, come on.
Yeah, so they kissed. Apparently,
well, actually, you don't technically see the kiss. There's a balloon in the way, so we don't know.
Also, it's pretty implied that she like fucked up the kiss, maybe by like having the tongue out. So it was probably a tongue in the way. So,
but I guess Prez did confirm that the kid's like, oh, she kissed me. How is this gonna go down tomorrow at school? Also, President got into Stanford, and I love his whole thing of like, I want to be with Kaguya forever. You can write me 2 letters of recommendation, right? Like school principal. Yeah. I want you to write one for Kaguya. Here you go, Kaguya.
What level of influence does this school have where it's like Stanford in America is like, yo, the letter of recommendation is like good enough that this random Japanese.
I mean, think about it this way. Rich, very rich preppy school. Like, every student's like.
He's not. And
yeah, but he's like
going to basically get a full ride.
He's top of the school. Like, he is A-list, top tier. Like, if you're a valedictorian for your class, I mean,
yeah.
The thing is, like, he's going to skip a grade. It's like, more than likely, this dude has already been taking college-level classes, to be honest. Plus, like, Japanese top-tier student versus, like, America top-tier student. I feel like the Japanese top-tier student's better. But it's like, he wrote, get one for Kaguya. It's like, okay, Kaguya, got you. But even the level of, like, planning this out, he's like, I got to get rid of Fujiwara and I got to get rid of Ishigami. It's like, well, if I do this, that should distract Ishigami. And if I do this, that'll distract Fujiwara. And if I do this, it'll distract Miko. And it's like, President really thought this through. It's going to be so much work. Yeah. But it's worth it if I say I love you. God, it's so good. Like,
yeah,
I can't describe how good this is.
Yeah, like, I think the main reason why this season was so much better is we get to see the other characters more and we see them breathe. Like, I liked watching the conundrum with Ishigami and his love interest, like seeing how some of that stuff is playing out.
Ishigami confessed and doesn't even know it.
He is dumb. Also, she didn't say no.
The thing is, like, the whole thing of, like, he's talking about, like, oh, the trees, they're going to bloom in March. And he thinks that, what's her name? I don't remember what her name was. I'd have to bring it up. He, like, confesses love to the cheerleader girl or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The top cheer squad. And she saw it as a real confession because when he hands her, like, the cookie heart, everyone thinks it's confession. Tsubame. And, like, everyone's like, oh, he's giving a heart. It's a confession. In his eyes, he's like, she just wanted it. So here you go. And I'll ask her out later.
It's a big cookie. Like, we could share.
Yeah. Then they get outside. And then she's talking about, I can't give you an answer right now of your confession. How long can you wait? And she's thinking like a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then Ishigami's talking about when the petals on the tree are going to bloom, not knowing he confessed. He's like, March. And she's like, wow, you're real patient.
I liked those, though.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's even better when later he's at the play and then realizes, this is kind of what we did. Oh, shit, I asked her out and didn't even know it. And I told her March.
Yeah, but even at the very end, the narrative's like, he still misses his mark. It's like, yeah.
But they do show a love interest between Ishigami and Miko, kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe those two are going to get together. I mean, they're always fighting. They're real close to each other. He did care. He's like, I took a video of the campfire for you. It's like, maybe Ishigami, you should take over so she can go to the campfire. He did give her that little heart thing. She's all like, oh, you give me the heart, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you dropped it.
She's the part of the council, so lost items go to her. He gives the heart. She's totally keeping the heart because there is a little bit of the blush stuff. But even at some point, it's like, yo, that shit was Kaguya's, and you're just going to keep it, you thieving bitch.
Asshole. Because Kaguya even like, I'm strong and independent. Wait, where did the heart go? It's like,
Hayasaka Hill.
Dude, Ayazaka definitely wants that fucking, Shirogane dick. She likes President. You know it. Okay, she's even jealous of like, oh, you kiss, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, overall,
we watched 4 episodes this week of Kaguya. 10, 11, 12, 13 on there.
Yeah.
And
so technically it would be 3, but they split the final episode into 2.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be an hour-long special.
I was originally confused in the comments because I was like, 40 minutes with ads, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what do they mean? And I was like, oh, it's just split.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they did that for kind of like a palette kind of thing. So they do break up very well.
Yeah, it was pretty much, if you were not told it was a whole thing, you would have known like, oh, part 1, part 2, whatever. It's good. But dude, the whole thing where Fujiwara thinks like, this is a puzzle, and President's like, this isn't a puzzle. And it works out for her. They're like, find a hidden room in the library. This is an old watchtower. It's like, what the fuck is going on in here?
During the war.
But Fujiwara's like, if we take the latitude and longitude and we take out the position of the clocks, we get this room. It's like,
I think the weird thing is where it's like, oh, during the war. And the first thing my brain went to is like, which war? Like, it definitely wasn't going to be World War II. Like, not for something like that.
They had watchtowers.
Well, yeah, but they're like in a major fucking city.
Yeah, we were firebombing Tokyo. Just as there were B-29s all over Japan.
Yes, but the way it seemed, it didn't feel like that would be World War II.
Oh, it's going to be World War I with fucking biplanes?
No, it's just...
Seems weird that it was like that there. There was just so much that happened in these like couple episodes. You just have to watch it. But the important thing was they confessed their love for each other. They kissed. No one ever said they confessed for someone. You find out President is going to Stanford, and I assume that Kaguya has applied for Stanford as well. And I wonder if next season's plot is going to be like, well, she can't skip and join. She has to wait, and then will he wait with her?
I don't see why she wouldn't be able to skip. I feel like there might be the conundrum of they both can skip, but they realize that their time at school is still important too, and they both want to skip and leave Fujiwara,
But the thing is, remember they had that thing where Fujiwara was granted a full ride scholarship if she left now? And then I think Ishigami got a IT scholarship that he could take if he wants because his parents own a toy company. They're probably going to do the cheap thing of if they want to do more college stuff, it'll just work out. Because Fujiwara's like, you're going to play piano. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but what about Ino? She can't do shit but have BL stuff playing in her ears.
Oh my God. Didn't she get called out this week? It's like, oh, I listen to Smoothing Voice. And that one random chick is like, I know what you listen to. I know what that actually is. It's like, please don't tell anybody what I listen to.
Yeah, by the way, they totally tortured that poor girl.
For the
ASMR stuff.
It was that 3D sound thing. Yeah. It's like, okay, we got to redo it because you screamed. It's like, that's what I was wondering. It's like, doing a 3D studio sounds too much work. We'll just reenact it here. It's like, all that's foreshadowed by the last 2 episodes on there because it's so good.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
But also, President was behind the plot of stealing all the balloons.
Stealing all of the balloons, leaving cryptic messages, like,
and then stealing the giant like ball thing.
Homie looked cringe in his like hat and cape, but
the thing is, like, he has been setting that up from even like 7 episodes earlier. Of like, I'm painting the dragon to get it ready for this. It's like, oh, should we guard it? Nah, we don't need to. It's like, well, that boy has definitely been setting this shit up. And even when they show him, like, it's a lot of work. Make it work. Dude was dressed like Matt from fucking Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm. I do like how they even point out, because he had help to steal all the balloons. He basically roped
Gangster girl.
Yeah.
He got Mafia girl involved.
And it was like, hey, steal all these balloons for me. Put them in this thing. And it's like, all right, that makes more sense, because there are those moments where it's like, how would you have had time to do all of this and not be tired at all?
It was just a perfect episode of him like sucking up, making a nice romantic moment. God,
for my anime list, I did give it a 10, because I was looking through where it's like, there's not a scene that I felt bored this season, or
keeps you engaged. Good story. It's a good, like, it is what you'd want from, like, that's probably the top tier rom-com.
Yeah, and
category.
Even just going back through like some of the stuff that we've seen for Kaguya this season. We get a kiss, which is like the big build up. You have
Fujiwara says motherfucker twice.
Yeah, you have a rap battle. You have the like.
It's like if Nichijou was a rom-com.
Yeah,
they're just so out there. So definitely like
because you also see Ishigami being vulnerable when we get his mini focused arc where it finds out that he's
hopefully Full Metal fans don't fucking go and downvote this shit, which will kind of happen, but it's like it is definitely top it's definitely a top 10 anime right now.
Yeah. Cuz I was just kind of thinking through where it was like the first and second season I gave it an 8. It is very good. And it was like, what else? Like, would I give this like a 9? It's like, there's nothing that I was upset with or like, oh, I wish they would have done this better. I'm
looking at my anime list. It's only going up in rating. I think this might be the one thing where Full Metal fans can't be like, fuck you. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fun. Season 3 earned it. They don't call it season 3. They call it like ultra romantic.
Which they do a fucking name drop because it's Hayasaka's plan for Kaguya.
Ultra romantic. It's like, okay. I think it earns it. I think if you were to ask me which 2 I think is better, I'm still a Full Metal, like, I think Full Metal is one of the best. But it's definitely, like I said, top 10 anime for sure. Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2 should not be on here. Fuck off. It's sad that we gotta wait for more because like I finished this tonight before you came over and I'm sitting there and I had that moment of like, what do I do with my life? Like, I don't want to watch anything else. I watched everything before I watched the ending of this because I knew immediately like I'm just gonna watch Shikimori after this. I'm just gonna be disappointed because Shikimori is she's not just a cutie. She's fucking boring as shit.
Yeah.
This isn't a shitty segue.
We'll get to Shikimori, but
definitely
the animation was so good. Like
every scene was good.
Well, every scene was good, but especially the climax scene, it was very, very good.
They're like, yo, fucking Kyoto Animation, you got any recommendations? Fucking full send it, baby.
Yeah. It's one of those moments where you just remember that just like Kyoto, A1 are very good.
It's a steak sauce.
Shut up. But like that they are very good at animation.
They're very good at making you fucking cry like a bitch.
They recently have just been way more selective with the shows that they're doing. And like
when you look at what they've done we always talk about what people have done. They know how to, I feel like they're just building their catalog of, these are really good shows, minus, Erase kind of dropped off at the end. But And you look at Your Lie in April,
Anohana.
Those are like two very, very good romance shows. But then you get shows like they done Fairy Tale, I Know Exorcist. Like those are very good comedy, and they're just like boom, boom.
Yeah, I know people give it shit. They've done Sword Art Online, which one of the things you just can't complain about with Sword Art Online is the animation.
Actually, Justice, in panel 5, frame 10, quality dropped by half.
Yeah, whatever. Especially, like, you haven't watched the most recent Sword Art
No, I have not
Online.
watched Alicization.
Alicization is the modern, like, pickup where they've done their shift in animation quality. It is very good.
It's crazy to think, like, I just sorted it by score. So they've done... It's kind of sad. I feel like people were trying to get 86 to equal 8.6. Wow, Justice, where we were talking about, like, good quality. You fucking shitting yourself.
They can hear it. Don't worry about it.
I just sorted it by best show. So I think that's season 1, right?
Yeah, yes.
This is season 2.
No. First one, season 1. Or that's season 1, season 2.
They've only gotten better with the show. So season 1, they got an 8.4. Season 2, they got an 8.6.
Yep. The best way to tell that one was season 2 is because Eno's added.
Oh, that's right. So I'm just looking at their best rated shows right now. So keep in mind, they were making Kaguya while making 86, which are probably the best shows of each of their seasons, right? Because 86 was just last season, right?
Yeah.
Or no. We polished off 86, right?
Yeah. They had the COVID stuff, which pushed part of it back.
But it's like, you put out 2 huge bangers back to back on there? Like, and then they did 86 to season 4. Like you said, they've gotten way more selective with what they do, and it's paid off.
Yeah.
Like, focus on the story, focus on the animation, cut what you need to cut, keep what you need to cut. Because you're looking at all their stuff, it's all above, like, a lot of the more recent stuff is above, like, that 7.5 kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
Minus, like, Alice. These are just people hating on Sword Art. Like, honestly.
Yeah. There are some of those moments where, there's a couple fight scenes from Alicization that I'll probably show you after this, where it's like, it is very good. It is very, very good. I liked it a lot. But we probably shouldn't just suck like A1 off and talk about Kaguya forever.
No,
so
I mean,
I'm gonna leave
you
with your shitty takeaway.
I won't keep talking about Kaguya-sama though. It's so fucking like even though it's 4 episodes, it's so good. And listen, Spy Family might have had a chance at best show of the season, but listen, Spy Family is very, very good. But, like, Spy Family doesn't keep the high-quality stuff the entire time like Kaguya does. There's moments where it's like, it's dipped for a couple minutes. I'm not really interested in this.
Yeah. I kind of, like... One of the ones for me is I always go back to Ishigami's character. Because he's funny, but he's caring. And you see multiple sides where it turns out that he likes Tsubume's, like, senpai and that whole arc. And like his frustrating like breakdown in the bathroom and stuff like that, where it's like that was a very serious scene, and it's like this is a comedy show, but they do a perfect job of even at some point, like in high school. Of course, these are all exaggerated a little bit. Like there are those moments where you do actively go out of your way to try and impress someone, and then you realize, I'm just not good enough. I couldn't fucking do it. It sucks.
Maybe you should just be better, Justice.
Yeah, well, this man didn't do it.
You notice who
Apparently, he's still pulling somebody anyways, though he doesn't realize it.
What?
Oh, it's like he tried his best, failed, and then still is
still
kind of getting
like,
the girl anyways. Though, in the end, I would assume, like you said, probably by like March when the decision comes up,
because
he will probably have feelings.
So basically, only have
to
the end of the school year, and then they're done, which is kind of like that March period. But you know what else is tough and cares a lot about love? My boy Fudo and fucking Desumi. We're gonna talk about Love After World Domination. Listen, there was a very, very cheesy Power Ranger moment.
The only thing I've seen from that show recently is a screenshot of her basically dressed as a baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That, okay, listen, I can explain. I can.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Fetish boy.
Yeah, just don't go to the subreddit for that episode. It was just, there was a lot of people in baby outfits. And I think something awoken in some people, and I was like, this is very bad. Okay, so Love After World Domination. There was an episode where Fudo, our main boy, Red Ranger, gets a book signing. And this is where we're going with the baby thing, right? So he's like, hey, Desumi, you want to come to my book signing? Keep in mind, Desumi still works for like the evil gecko organization. But she's in love with Fudo, so they go out, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, I'll come to it, even if it kills me. Next day at school, running a terrible fever where she can barely even crawl anywhere. And she's like, we're going to take you to the nurse. And Desumi's like, no, I got to get the Fudo for the book signing, even if it kills me. And it's like, you're going to die if you walk out there. Take her to the nurse's office, right? This is where shit goes wild. Take her in there. The nurse actually works for Gecko as well. She is called Blood Princess, is the nurse's like code name in there, but everyone at the school knows her as nurse. And apparently the thing the nurse likes to do is when like people are sick, her mom instincts ultra kick in, and she like dresses people as babies and acts like their mother. And there was just a scene where Desumi's like, I'm not feeling well. She's like, let me help you. Literally strips Desumi basically naked down to like her underwear. Granted, Desumi is wearing fucking lingerie under her school uniform. Like, okay, what are you planning for, Desumi, here? You should wear something a little more. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, you know, at the end of the day, you're still in high school, so you're like 15 wearing this lingerie shit. Like, where are you buying this? Besides that, ends up in the baby outfit, very skimpy baby outfit, like skin tight gymnastics type stuff. You know what I mean? In her friends, you can see Kiki, and you can see her other friend isn't on here. There's two people from the evil organization that come to help her. They pretend to be sick to save her. The nurse finds out, like, you're not actually sick. Has a trap door right in the front, like, part of the nurse's office. They fall down into this giant, like, children-themed playroom that's padded on the walls. Nurse does the same thing, changes them into, like, baby outfits, and, like, knocks them out, and, like, tells them a story to brainwash him. Kiki, fucking monster-looking, like, girl, she's, like, basically Chimera, has PTSD from last time she was treated like a baby, gets trapped down there. They eventually get away somehow. That's not even the worst part about this whole thing. Everyone gets away pretty safe. No one comes to Fudo's book signing. His book was about, hang on, let me pull it up here. Love After World Domination. The book was called Which Insects Would Be Strongest If They Were Giant. That's the book he wrote. Such a fucking dumb book on
Wouldn't it be that one beetle that can actively like carry?
Listen,
like...
they never went into that, but I know what you're talking about. It's like that strong ass speedo. And then at one point, like, he goes to rescue Desumi from there, and he's just fucking Naruto running, and I'm like, what is this fucking reference on here? But what's even worse is that was episode 11 and 12 is what I watched of this. Not to do a play-by-play, but that was pretty interesting. Nothing else really happened in the episode. Next episode, Fudo gets a commercial deal, and he tells Desumi, hey, I'm going to be in this commercial. No one else can do it because everyone hopped out of it. Because they're all part of, like, the Power Rangers, and they need funding, so commercials are how they kind of get their funding. One of their biggest sponsors is, like, a wedding company, or a wedding cake company. They're like, oh, Fudo, you got to dress as a, you know, groom and cut cake with your bride-to-be.
Yeah.
Which turns out to be a very beautiful, good-looking, like, TV show actress. And she said Fudo is her favorite character on live TV. Tells Desumi, his current girlfriend. She gets pretty mad. She's like, no, fine, fuck you. Do the commercial. Fudo, being the idiot he is, doesn't realize, like, I wonder what Desumi's mad about. You see this girl, Haru, tells him, like, well, how would you feel if Desumi cut a cake with some random stranger? Fudo realizes, oh, I'm an idiot. So he decides, I'm going to make a cake for Desumi so we can cut a cake together before I do the commercial of cutting the cake. Fails like 30 times. Make the cake. Go to the shoot. This isn't where shit gets crazy. He's at the shoot trying to call Desumi. She doesn't answer. The evil organization that Tasumi works for, they've been building up all this evil energy. Make a giant like chimera baby that can shoot laser beams and like knock out everyone in the evil organization with like one hit. Completely OP. You see the bear dude. His name is really like Calvarin Bear, because he's got like AA guns. He gets eaten by this giant baby. Then the baby gains the power to shoot missiles or laser beams, same as him. Baby shows up to the wedding venue. They start fighting on there, and this is what I'm talking about. They have the cheesy Power Ranger moment. They're like, oh, Fudo's in trouble. We got to help him. Oh, red gelato, go. Yellow gelato, go. Together, we're Team Gelato. And I'm like, God, this is such a cringe show right now. Just fucking the whole Power Ranger. Like, it was like play for play, like the Power Rangers. They're all getting beat up. And then, of course, the guy, Big Gelato, the leader of the whole thing, like the professor, is like, I finally finished the development of the weapon. Combine your weapons. I'm like, well, this whole time they could have combined their weapons. Why did we need the funding if we could have done it? Combines the weapons like red gelato, combine, blue gelato, go. And they get the sword. Fudo, not able to lift the sword. I forgot to mention something important. The cake gets smashed that he made for Dasumi in the whole wedding venue. So Fudo hasn't cut a cake at all. Dasumi shows up there to help save Fudo because he's like, oh, he's in trouble. He's going to need me. The baby had eaten the cake and like turned into a giant cake monster. So Fudo's trying to like lift the sword. His arm hurts, can't lift it. What do you think happens, Justus? You're right. Dasumi shows up to help him lift the sword so they can cut the cake together. Oh, so adorable.
I'm so glad I didn't watch this
show. Dude, it's so good. It's like the perfect like squirmy camera rom-com. Like, oh, it's so adorable. They cut the cake together. The giant baby monster turns back into like a tiny baby monster. The other two people that got eaten that give the baby powers get spit out. But at the end, Asumi and Fudo are there. And let me see if I can pull this up here. So they're like, oh, we cut a cake together. Thank you, Fudo, for making me a cake. I saw my name, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, next time we'll make a cake together and, work together. And literally at one point, the little baby monster that was the big monster calls them Mama and Papa. And I was like, oh, these two are still adorable. That's literally the end of this season. I don't know if there's going to be another season. I kind of want there to be, just kind of like for that like fun factor. They'll probably get another season because I think it did rather well. Let's see if we scroll up. 7.57, pretty respectable. Ranked 1,500, which isn't too bad for something pretty new on there. 140,000 users, and it's respectable, right? It's by a studio called Project 9, which I remember correctly hasn't really done these shows are kind of known, but not like too terrible.
What's their top rated shows?
Top rated shows? Score wise? The one I just watched. This show I actually watched. It's called where's the name of it?
After being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway.
Yeah, so basically a high school runaway. Sorry, not to get too sidetracked. High school runaway.
He fucks that child.
God, this she runs away and she was apparently just fucking older guys for a place to live, and she stumbles upon this guy. This guy takes her and he's like, I don't fuck children on there. Granted them multiple times. She tries to get naked to have sex with him to pay for the place that she's living. He's like, listen, once you get back on your feet, then you can go be on your way. And then love story kind of bullshit. I dropped the show like 2 episodes before, and because like this shit's ridiculous. But it's got 500,000 members because people are fucking degenerates, Justice. The other show they did was that other one last season. It's like unpopular gamer dude becomes popular because some girl took him in on there.
And bottom tier.
But everything else is lolly with basketball. Lolly with basketball on there. They haven't done anything too great. Granted, this show I think was pretty good for what it was. Like, if you watched it, you would like it, I think. Like, it's not a bad show. Like, just like how Shikimori's just on a Cutie isn't that bad of a show. Speaking of Shikimori, Justice, transition time.
This show's fine. It sounds bad. As Shikimori's got on.
It is a fine show to watch.
Yeah.
Passive.
Hachimitsu has become my favorite character.
Who?
Hachimitsu, the blonde.
Why? Because she's like you?
No, she's just more fun to watch. The rest of them kind of have like heavy shticks. You know, Shikimori is very competitive, very good at sports. Izumi has horribly bad luck. Like, you know, Nezuki or Nekozaki.
Sorry, Cat wanted in.
Yeah.
Yo, Nakozaki, best girl.
Nekozaki.
Nakozaki.
Neko. There you go.
Nekozaki's best girl.
And like, Hachimitsu's just been kind of the fun one because there's just been those moments.
Yo, that girl's trash at everything minus throwing beanbags into like a net 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah, but can you say that you didn't enjoy the like smile and the
yes?
You didn't enjoy.
I did not enjoy the smile. It
really
felt forced.
Wow.
And I'm a very emotional man, Justus.
That
Just saying, I'm in touch with the inner me.
Yeah. The inner you's pretty big.
Damn. We gotta be so mean. Now you know who the best character this whole show is?
The dad.
Akisada. Yo, Akisada, dude's got something going on. Dude's fucking built different.
The massive cock. We've been over this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I love how even in the I liked Izumi's moment of I'm going to fuck up. No, I'm not going to fuck up. I'll run without my shoes.
Both shoes fly off.
Yeah. And then Shikimori over there yo, I'm going to be an Olympian athlete and just fucking crush this time on here. It was kind of nice to see them, working together, because they do the whole we're going to do the freestyle race together. And it's Izumi pulls it. Oh, I'm so unlucky. The other girl pulls it, and Shikimori's you want to trade? It was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you. Fuck you. It's all about friendship, Justice. Do you not understand the power of friendship on there? Also, I got to point out something. At one point, Hachimitsu, I know why you like her so much. That scene when she was basically dressed like Amelia Watson.
No. Though it was funny. It's definitely more of just a Watson, kind of.
Yeah, but I just wrote
thing.
Shit, Amelia Watson on there.
Yeah, but
Can we talk about I wrote some other notes. In that same episode, it was like watching a CDawg VA episode. We're just going to do crane games for the next 5 minutes of the show. It's oh shit, I guess we'll watch. No, you got to nudge it that way. No, fuck, got to nudge it this way on there. It's
it was pretty good.
Do you want to talk about the basketball episode? We were talking about that last night on there. Super interesting character. Shows up out of the blue. Really like her character, so I'm damn, she's kind of cute.
Yeah, and I think that's even where part of it kind of comes from. Hachimitsu, out of the group, is the unique character. Does that make sense? Within the character designs.
Well, the thing is, so it's supposed to be more of that high school, everyone just wants to fit in. I can see why they did that, because I think Nekozaki's character is pretty interesting. I mean, Shu is literally just a discount Bakugo.
I mean, you just say that because it's the same voice actor.
No, it's not the same voice actor.
It is. It is literally the same voice actor.
Well, we found out it wasn't the same voice actor.
Wow, first fucking thing you click on.
Sorry, season 6. Sorry, I thought he was. Sorry, whatever. Fuck you.
Nice move, Slick Nuts.
I think it was another show. I thought one person was another person on there. Whatever. No, I think Nekuzaki's voice, Nekuzaki's character is kind of unique, kind of like that whole tomboyish kind of character, but her style is done kind of in a weird, I don't know, country way.
Yeah.
And then Kamiya is that stereotypical pretty girl, and then Shikimori is definitely that individual. In Izumi, it's yo, copy paste mother.
Yeah. I
feel
like I said, I think the show is fine.
I think the show suffered from focusing too much on the high school tropes and not enough on let's do something a little more unique.
I think part of the show has just suffered from the simple fact that Izumi has a problem. He has bad luck. So you've created the thing that's going to reoccur. And even within the 10 episodes, because there are still 2 episodes we'll have to watch. So, like, we'll probably talk about this next week when we finish everything, and then we'll do a pit stop for the final episode. And then
they're not building up anything, though.
Yeah. So they're not building up anything. And we've seen, like, I think they started too strongly on the first episode where the man literally almost dies by a sign. You know, the last episode, the worst thing that happened is he almost fell over because his shoes fell off.
Yeah, you've gone from peak to decline. I think if they didn't do the car getting run over.
Also, he did almost drown in an episode, like 4 episodes prior to that. So it's like.
So depending what they do these next couple, I think the bigger problem is they're trying to do that whole.
They're probably trying to set up for another season. But
maybe. Well, I think the problem is they're trying to do. I can't think of the name of a show for some reason. They're trying to do that, like, not Game of Thrones perspective, but it's like, we're going to focus this episode almost entirely on, you know, Izumi. Then we'll do Shikimori. Then we'll go to Kaguya. And it's like, but you didn't really build up the character before you went into it. You built the character in the episode and then just left the character be.
Yeah.
Like Kaguya's episode, whole thing. And now they're just like, we're friends now. It's like, you probably could have done better by them having one big fight with each other, then become friends. But no, we went on like I love him. It's like, nah, you deserve him. It's like, nah, you should have built it up or something on there.
Yeah.
Ed, you little slut, sleeping with other people. Sorry, my cats like Justus a lot, and it's because he doesn't have to, you know, discipline them like me, you know. Hit him with a flip flop. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But even like you said, character design. You get Shikimori's like brother, which is actually like a cool character design on there. But then everyone else is kind of like, they're cool. They have a little bit to them, but not too much to them on there.
Yeah.
It's a pass-through show, is I think what I'd call it. It's kind of like
I like Hachimitsu's character design. I feel like she adds more to a scene when she's there than when she's not. And even within the last 2 episodes with the whole relay stuff, like, there were pretty good gags where she's like literally melting onto people, where it's like she provides some of that like level of entertainment that
fall off. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm glad that character exists. And even if it was kind of like cheesy, because of course it was cheesy, where it's like, oh, they won the relay, like even after like all of that. Did
you watch Akabe Sailor Uniform?
Well, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I can't remember. For some reason, I thought I watched. That's what I think they tried to do with this, with the individual character thing, with one main staple character, and it just isn't working out for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like I said, this is definitely a show that you can just come in, watch, and then be like, okay, whatever. I watched it. It was all right.
Mm-hmm.
What else has the studio done? Oh, I mean, they did stuff. I don't know the actual, like, English names. They did this, like My Senpai's Doing. Great thing last season. They've done a whole bunch of
They've done, like, Gabriel Dropout, which was huge.
Let me see what their top-rated stuff is.
Helpful Fox and Go-san.
Oh, this is the scores.
Yeah. So, that's, what is it? The Sleepy Princess.
Yeah, Genken Shoujo Nozaki-kun. So it's Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Super good, like, I think pretty good rom-com on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's done by Doga Kobo, which, yeah, now that I have the name, they've done good stuff.
How heavy those dumbbells you lift? I don't know. I feel like this is just, like we said, it's a pit stop show to, I just want to watch something to fill up my schedule this season. Something fun, relaxing. I don't have to put too much effort into. Oh, man. Guess what, Justus? They did Ikebukuro, Westgate Park.
Yeah.
A show, again, that started good in the first and let you down in the end.
It becomes kind of a pass-through show. They also did do Umaru-chan, and that's kind of a negative. Yeah, I don't know if, like, it's just a product of Doga Kobo in general.
I think they just play it safe.
Yeah, which is going to be such a shame because they've announced that they're the ones doing that Idol one where she gets pregnant with twins and that like doctor that helps like do the birth. Do you remember that one?
No. Is there a trailer for that shit?
They haven't done a trailer. They did the announcement. It's based off of a manga.
This sounds like some shit that you would just.
My Star.
This seems like some shit that you would eat up. You like the drama. You definitely like the drama portion of it.
So, when I show you the picture of the main girl, you're totally gonna be like, oh, that one.
Smash.
Like it was super like everywhere.
Her eyes remind me of Pretty Boy Detective Club.
Mm-hmm.
Great, same thing. Great show. Started great the first episode, and they're just like, fuck the rest of the story.
That's a Shaft thing. If you don't like Studio Shaft's style of stuff, you wouldn't be into like the Monogatari series, Pretty Boy Detective Club. It's Studio Shaft and the creator of Monogatari, like through and through in its entirety. Those two are like inseparable.
Oh, they're the ones doing their Ruby.
Yeah.
God, we should probably talk about that because that's already airing. I mean, to be fair, I love March Comes in Like a Lion. Haven't finished it, but it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I have this problem where I watch a show that I really, really love. Like when I was younger, like middle school, high school, I love this show. I'm going to watch everything I can about it. I'm going to read all the like fan art or the fan manga type stuff. Now it's like, I want to save this show because I don't want it to end. Like even Kaguya, I'm like, I don't want to watch the last episode because I don't want it to end.
Yeah. One of the shows, God, they really just have done it with a lot of shows. Ikebukuro Escape Park, they did it with. One of the other ones was Sing Yesterday for Me. You didn't watch that one. No. I ended up watching it by myself. And it started out really good. I still love the animation from that show, but it got weird and didn't go anywhere. Like, it was a show, like an adult-focused show. A dude.
I've seen those.
Well, our main character is someone like in his late 20s. That doesn't happen too often. Like the guy works at a convenience store and like smokes and like, all of that stuff. Yeah, but when the fuck did Erased come out? 2012. So a decade ago.
Man, don't remind me how old old we are, Justin.
Like, so yeah, it's just one of those like, oh, the premise was good, but it just.
You know what Erased had? Erased had snow in it. You know who else had snow? Aharen. Okay, I got beef with Aharen. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Aharen-san. She had a full fucking restaurant in that snowman. It was a giant like 20-foot snowman.
Says it aired in 2016. I lied.
I didn't think Erased was that old. Because I was gonna say that one came out after. That came out after high school.
Yeah, maybe it's because of the manga.
Your age make you feel old. No, okay. So Aharen-san, right? That woman made him coffee, then made it infused with the steak, and then she presented him a whole steak with flowers and candles with a tablecloth. And I was like, all Raido did was walk into like the snowman, which this man jumps to too many conclusions, and he got it at least right for once. But he jumps to conclusion like, oh, alien monsters are attacking. Let me run. Aaron's like, oh, hi, Raido. It's like, maybe I was wrong. It's like, this man would be a terrible police officer. He would just fucking shoot people right on the scene if he thought, like, this dude definitely could be a American cop. I was about to say Des Moines cop, but they don't shoot too many people. But it's like, where did the steak come from? Like, I understand the show's extreme, but Justice, where the fuck was the whole skillet? Where was the whole, like, fireplace to make it? Like, they complain, oh, the snowman collapsed. What happened? Well, maybe he didn't make a whole fucking goddamn, like, 5-star A1, like, Wagyu beef, whatever. Or sorry, A5 Wagyu beef steak inside the snowman. And maybe when it collapsed the next day. Fucking idiots. That's my rant about Aharen-san. Also an $85 crab.
Yeah. I thought it was like 53.
Was it 53 on there? I don't know. I wrote it down.
Because I'm pretty sure it started with like a 5.
$58 crab.
Yeah.
How much does crab cost? How much is a whole crab? Did that include the legs?
I mean, when you consider at work, like, it's actually accurate.
You gotta fill the whole man. I'm
sorry.
how much the price was.
What is like? Crab. It's expensive. It really is. But yeah, the
$40. That's fine. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could have been a premium crab. I don't fucking know.
I mean,
crab.
it definitely was. It was like on ice and definitely fresh. So I would assume you're probably paying a little bit extra for that.
Yeah, but they're surrounded by water, so it's just kind of there.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Well, like what brought that on? There was like he was asking her, like what are they doing for New Year's? Or was it New Year's? Is what they were talking about on there? They were talking about something. Like, they didn't actually show a scene. They're like, we do something for a big party on there. I'm trying to look at...
like the tea thing?
No. I'm talking about the whole crab thing. She made it force him. It's like, we go all out all year for the... Well, it doesn't... I didn't write what it...
It was like a family thing, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember what it was for. Not that it matters too much, but still, like, she spent $58 just on the crab alone. Then the next, she's like, here you go, Rado, I brought you leftovers. It's a whole fucking bento box with, like, everything. It's like, we don't cheap out. It's like, of course you don't fucking cheap out. There's, like, a whole bento box with, like, $58 crab.
Yeah, I was
and, like, fucking, like, $200, like, box. And, like...
I was watching it last night. I was like, damn, I wish I had crab for school lunch. Like, fuck, that'd be great.
When we start living together, bento boxes together? Like, oh, come on, Justin. So cool.
Look. I'm pretty sure there's some of our coworkers that think we're gay. You're gonna make it like extra complicated.
I'm trying to get like that homie bro thing going on,
whatever.
You know?
Yeah, I sleep with my bro.
Did you see that meme? It's like gay, see it's rainbow. Lesbian, it's in rainbow. It's like trans, it's in rainbow. Kissing the homies goodnight. See, it's not rainbow, so it's not gay.
Jesus.
So we're gonna call this "Kissing the Homies Goodnight"?
No, I'm not doing that. Maybe kissing the Kaguya's goodnight.
Hey.
Maybe.
We don't want to like.
I make the title.
We gotta put.
It's my choice.
I gotta put spoiler or something right in the. I mean, they should know at this point. It's like, fuck.
But
no. What?
Oh God. Or just I want to. Speaking of spoilers, like we finally figure something out. I just wanted to jump to it because it's a big important thing. Well, we find out what was said. It was Rido who confessed.
Yeah.
So it was like, no.
And then Aharen ran away because she was afraid she messed it up as usual. She's not a people person. It's like, God, damn it, so adorable.
She like kissed him, ran away because she thought that he didn't like it.
Like, I get that season 2 syndrome of like, I want more, but it's like this story has ended in a good spot.
They have 100% set up in the next season, though.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have more that they can work with on there.
Well, the biggest giveaway was like, and friends you haven't seen yet, and they do that thing where they like cut over to
like a character you've never seen on there. I don't even think she's in this picture. Is
Probably
she?
not.
Nope.
No.
But they definitely have like this random person, and we don't know who it is on there. I assume the manga. Backtracking just a hair. Speaking of Rido, assuming stuff that never comes true.
Shut up! You get your shitty puns. Let me get one.
Yeah, but it's expected from me. You're held to a higher standard.
Yeah, well,
slut.
It's whatever.
No, like so we always talk about how Rido just assumes stuff immediately. Maybe Aharen was up all night assembling her Beyblade collection so she can fight in this tournament. And Aharen gets her. He's like, maybe she didn't. We go through the whole mall date thing. They're just there together. The two little kids are on a date, but not on a date. And she assumes Aharen's on a date because there's like this Beyblade tournament, which is why he thought she was late. He's like, maybe not. Get to the end of it. It's like, what did you do, Aharen? Like, oh yeah, I entered. I'm a 5th-time champion at this. I enter all the time. And he's like, oh, I was right. And she's like, I stayed up all night assembling my Beyblade for the perfect combination. It's like, fuck off. But at least you see Futaba, she wins, and then Atsushi.
Atsushi?
That's what it said. Is it Atsushi?
That's what I said.
Hey, maybe go fuck yourself, Just. Maybe you can edit this now.
No.
I'll do the thumbnail. You can edit.
No, I do so much work. It's all me.
It's gotten to the point, like, listen, here's some behind the scenes stuff where it's like, I can edit very quick. Justice can do a thumbnail relatively quick. I have no idea how long it takes you to do it, but I assume you can do it relatively quick now that you've done it a whole bunch of times. Yeah. Like, editing now, it's
I do the total cheap thing where I'll save the previous thumbnail, and then I'll load in all the base assets from that and have the core images that I need.
You could just save a blank, and we'll get into it later on there.
Yeah, well, I did that at one point, and
just save a template. And every time you save, just do save as something new, and it spits it out.
Yeah, well, I did that, but I did the accidentally lazy thing, and I exported it at once, and then it created it as the PNG. And that's like, I did it once, and then I was like, whatever, I can just do this because it's like an extra 45 seconds. It's whatever.
I'll show you later. That's more behind the scenes stuff. No, it was a good show. There was that one scene right before that you hear about the confession. Like, Aharen says she really likes, right? Does she say love or likes or? I think she
love.
says. Yeah, I think she says love, right? Oh, I should have written it down. But there was that whole I wrote the name of the game down because I couldn't remember the fucking name of the game. Reversy.
Yeah.
It's like they challenge each other. Reversy. It's like whoever wins gets a hair and what has to do what the other says. And then Shiro's like, well, I want you to leave her alone if you actually don't love her. And then he gets serious.
But can we point out that this woman shows up to school with a
katana, a bow, and then an axe?
Yeah. And then she's literally like, I want to play Reversey. I don't have any martial arts skill. Where it's like, bitch, you came with a sword.
No, he doesn't have any martial arts skills.
Yeah, but she's the one who she brought up Reversey. Yeah. And it was like, I don't have any martial arts skills.
No, she said it wouldn't be fair because you don't have any martial arts skills.
Maybe I just misread it.
Because even in the episode before, you see her do the carpet. She does the carpet cut from sitting down perfect. It's like, yo, hold up. There are people that can't do this standing up, ready to go.
Yeah, maybe I just misread it because I was really trying to figure out what the fuck was going on.
She wanted a fair fight, and then the first thing she does is crack the board and then smash the ground when she puts down her Reversey thing. Then Raito was like, oh no, I'm going to lose.
Yeah, well, the board was fixed a scene after. That was just hyperbole. It's
wow, I love it. Then he's like, oh, she's got every single corner. And then she's like, you can't hang out with Aharen-san anymore. He's like, time to get serious. Blank face as usual, rolls up sleeve, and then comes back for the win, last move.
And then makes a heart out of it.
Yeah.
And by the way, there was totally a nerd in the comments where it was like, for anyone wondering, before the last tile was placed, the score was 33-32 in favor of her, but when he plays the last card, it was 40 something to 30, meaning that he won. Where it's like, who paused it and scored it? Huh?
They said he was down by 1, and when he places this, he'll be winning by 1.
Yeah, but
he didn't say the number.
It flipped. Yeah, it increased his score by
2. It barely made him win.
No.
Because he said they were tied.
It was 10-42. I remember.
No, he said they were tied basically, and then when he puts this down, then he'll win by 1.
That wasn't the specific thing, but yeah.
I mean, there was that it wasn't really post. They had post credit. They didn't have post credit. They kind of get together and they make a greenhouse thing. And Raito's like, oh, what's this plant? I don't remember what the name of the plant was. The meaning is death and whatnot. Aharen does the puffy face, mad, and then she isn't as mad. Then they get to the very end. Aharen's like, oh, it's got different meanings. I wish I wrote it down. I didn't write it down on there. It's got another meaning of love forever or whatnot, which is why she planted it and made it for them. But there's literally a point where they build a greenhouse for these flowers. They get a tractor to plow for these flowers. It's I can see why Raito assumes stuff, because if they're middle schoolers riding around in a fucking tractor, I mean, come on. Also, their teacher, as usual, Tubaru Sensei, literally passes out again when they finally see the confession, because she sees it out of the blue there.
So much esteem.
I guess we didn't talk about the tea episode, which is another end of the season thing. Like all the characters are together again. They have,
I mean, that was literally the final episode.
yeah.
So
It's like we're together
with the flowers.
Yeah.
So,
but it was a whole nice like all the characters are here. We're having tea. Blah blah blah.
mm-hmm.
You know.
How does that big woman hide in such small places?
Don't ask questions. Also, how does a heron know? She sees a dot on the ceiling, like back 45 degrees.
Yeah.
You can see why their connection with each other is so close on here. Oh, what did a heron get? I think a heron got a fair score. Again, it's not a show. Well, even in like the picture for the thing, you can see her up there. I think even like a heron's probably not a show I'm going to be like, I'm going to go back and watch it again right away. It's like, if I'm bored one day, I might go back and watch it. It might be the thing where I just buy this standard edition Blu-ray for like $20.
Yeah, I'd totally buy the Blu-ray.
It's oh my god. Have they done stuff? Oh my god, they're doing another initial D thing. Hang on, I think I might like the studio a lot more now than oh shoot, they did like a chibi like extra thing, but they haven't really done much. Oh my god, fuck this studio.
Hey,
They did the Nekopara anime shit. Fucking cringe.
My boys.
Fucking cringe. Have you played Nekopara?
No.
You should buy it and do like a whole playthrough of it on there. Aharen-san is their highest rated thing, so they're getting better for a new studio. It's weird. They're doing Aharen-san and then they're doing like an initial D drift thing next. It's like, what the fuck is this shit?
I brought it up, by the way, for Reversi. One of the comments was, a fun fact, the Reversi score was 33-30 in favor of Oshiro before Ido makes the final move, which both creates the heart pattern and gives him a 42-22 victory. Because it turns over all the connecting ones.
Oh, okay.
So that's why. It definitely wasn't like a win by one.
So, I don't know. And the show ended good. Definitely not like top 10 material. It's one of the better shows. I think if I had to pick between Shikimori again and this show, I don't know. I would pick this, but their Shikimori is, I mean, slightly different.
Yeah, but I just felt like this was, even though there were those kind of like, right, it was thick-headed, Aharen is a little unpredictable, kind of falling into some of those. This just did it way better, or has done it way better the entire time.
We need to like rank the like opening and endings for these this time because Aharen-san actually had a pretty good opening theme. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, of course. Like, it's cheating at this point. Kaguya's the best. Like, those two are just so fucking good. But like, Kaguya's opening is good. If you want to go by visuals, Kaguya's ending's also pretty good. Because of the Starship Troopers like reference stuff.
Dude,
and the rap battle one where their like art style entirely changes.
Dude,
also very good.
The rap battle was just like that ending theme was like, nope, no one's gonna beat this season. I wonder if in the Anime Awards they'll have that as a separate thing.
Maybe.
Because I don't know. Because I'm always kind of thinking now like, how would I rank this in the Anime Awards? And it's like, I think Kaguya's just the best thing this season.
Yeah, I would say Kaguya, Spy Family, and then I'd have to look.
Like Spy Family's got good animation, it's got a good story. It's just like what keeps me entertained more often is I just love Kaguya on there. I don't think there's a better thing. I'll tell you what's not on my top 10 this season. Shield Hero fucking trash.
I would say top 4: Kaguya, Spy Family, Komi, then Aharen. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, I keep clicking on like the newest season. I forget some of the summer stuff is
like,
already starting on there.
Dancier, good.
The thing is, I feel like Dance Dance to Sewer is going to go kind of unnoticed because it's not a show people would normally watch. And it's all about popularity contests. Like, people aren't forced to watch it, so they're not going to watch it. Like, Dance Dance to Sewer is a lot more emotional, like, very, very story-driven on there. Even though there's a lot of scenes where it's like, oh, man, they really fucked up, 3D on this. It's like, it's about the emotions of the show. I was just going to sort by score what has the highest this season to see if it kind of makes sense. I mean, Kaguya. why
Fucking
is-
Kingdom 4th season out there
Fuck
being
off,
like,
Kingdom.
hey, we're
Wow,
better.
that's almost the same as Spy Family. It's getting there. This is a show we passed, but it was only on High Dive. Summertime
No,
Render.
that was only on Disney Plus Japan,
Oh, okay, yeah.
which that one is.
This, My Boy
yeah.
Komi King is on High Dive. That is pretty good. I've been watching it myself. I haven't really talked about it. It's a pretty good show. I wish it would have been on Crunchy or Funimation. I think next season I'll just get High Dive so we can watch those exclusives. Komi's up there, Bookworm. Hey,
Yeah.
Dance Dance to Sewer actually is almost an 8, which I think is very fair for that show.
I
think I'd give
it
like
also
an
makes
8.5.
sense that like Bookworm's so high. Look, it's season 3. People who are watching it are super
Oh, I
invested.
forgot
in
Data
it.
Life 4 is up there. There's a lot of shows that are.
I feel bad because like we passed up on the Tomodachi game, and it actually ended up seeming like
They have
the good. Like
there's a lot of people that
horror-
were losing their like. The thing is, we've got burnt so many times on a show that looks good like this, and it's like,
yeah, we chose to pass it, and of course this time, like at no point has anyone been like, oh, it ended up being. Like,
I was gonna say,
real
I
shit.
haven't
Like,
heard anything super shit about it, but I haven't heard anything outstanding about it.
mhm.
It's like good, I think is the consensus on it.
yeah,
That's about all I got. Winry looks like she's getting tired on there. Ed's fucking passed out, dude. Anything else, Justice, or you're good to go? Keep
No, I'm
watching.
good to
We
go.
appreciate the support.
Yep. Thank you for the views for some of the last ones. Next week we'll be going through, probably finishing everything up except
Finishing.
for Shikimori.
Probably talking about what we're gonna watch,
Mhm.
and then the
which-
week after, probably special, and then record.
Yeah. Which spoiler, it's definitely not going to be a lot this season.
That's what we keep thinking, but then we find some gems.
I agree, but
We're watching
even
8 things because it's gonna be 4 each week.
is it 8? Because there were 7 that I counted.
Well,
We'll
we
have
can
to
find
reload.
something,
Yeah.
but we'll have specials again next
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Goodbye.